My name is Emma McAvoy, and I will be describing my experience with learning how to do yoga and meditation. With a continuous need to improve my lifestyle, I constantly find myself examining habits I have and getting rid of any unnecessary clutter or distractions in hope of some form of happiness or clarity. I deleted my social media accounts, clean my room twice a day, and try to surround myself with people that value me as a person and a friend. But most of the time, I still feel anxious. I attend church on a weekly basis, and I tend to pray to God throughout the day due to habit. Although internal prayers to God have helped my scattered mind become a little less scattered, I was still thinking, cycling mistakes, future events, assignments, grades, things I couldn't even control around in my head. I felt like there was no way to wipe the chaos out of my mind and just be in the present and breathe. This is where I began my yoga journey, as some like to call it. It was honestly quite impulsive of me, but I was able to turn to my grandmother, who has experienced many kinds of prayer services and meditation classes. She told me that the main purpose for her wasn't a workout, but to find inner peace, to locate the sanctuary within yourself that allows you to be just that, yourself. After much indecisiveness, I began attending yoga classes. And at first, it was more about learning the poses and basics before I could get into the meditation aspect. Mindfulness. That was my goal. Many describe mindfulness as being in the present, in the moment, not looking back at the past or ahead of the future. This is a daunting task for anyone to perform, especially if you have generalized anxiety. It wasn't until I attended a meditation and relaxation class that I realized what yoga can do for someone. For me, stepping into yoga studio turned into pushing a reboot button, focusing on my breath rather than my GPA, feeling my muscles stretch rather than my patience, and connecting with the present rather than attempting to connect to the past, present, and future simultaneously. Yoga isn't an exclusive activity. You don't need to attend a class or buy a yoga mat to partake in the practice of yoga, especially if you are participating mainly for the meditation aspect. The easiest way to begin your yoga journey is to focus on your breath. Inhaling with your nose and exhaling with your mouth is a common practice among the yoga community. Sometimes you can just sit in a cross-legged position or child's pose while focusing on your breath or posture, clearing your mind from any worries. If you are looking for a more mobile yoga routine, you can find guided yoga routines on YouTube, Pinterest, or apps like the Nike Training Club. If you find yourself getting distracted easily, maybe it's hard to practice yoga for a consecutive amount of time, consider visiting a class. Sometimes it's easier to do something when everyone around you is on task. To me, yoga teaches flexibility, whether it's physical or mental, and because of this, it was pretty easy for me to stay involved in my journey, without any setbacks or rough patches. I hope to return to my practice at least once a week, because it allows me to clear my mind and find the light in the darkness, simply making it easier to be happy. Thank you for listening. We are all one when we live from the heart. Namaste.